Okay. Okay. Hi, Janna Lopez, Portland Family Magazine. And we're very lucky doing what we do at Portland Family. We get to meet a ton of experts that have such a wealth of knowledge about so many different types of things. And one of them has to do with health, and we're very fortunate to have been working with the experts at the Portland Clinic. So I'm sitting here with Susan Landgren. She is a nutritionist at the Portland Clinic. And one of the things I was curious about, a lot of people may not understand, is what exactly does a nutritionist do?
Nutritionists work in a whole variety of occupations and roles and with businesses and hospitals, clinics. But here at the Portland Clinic, two other dietitians and I are nutritionists. I do individual consulting with people who just want to be healthier overall, but especially we see people like with diabetes or heart disease, hypertension, wanting to lose weight, GI problems, a whole variety of things. And we visit with them one-on-one just to help them have a healthier lifestyle and stay in good health for their life. And then we also teach some classes that are real enjoyable and do some extra special projects.
So a lot of families and women I know are always really concerned about their weight and their health, and especially I guess as we age, we get into our mid-40s, it's a lot harder, sometimes it feels a lot harder to lose weight, but it doesn't even really become about weight, it does become about health. So in trying to teach our children about health, are there some healthy foods that we can have around the house and lead by example and be sure to stock our fridge with? And what are some of the healthiest foods that people can have?
You know, there's a whole range of healthy foods, and probably in the more natural state, the better. The least processed food should just be this kind of the sometimes food in your life, you know. But if you can cook more from prepared foods that are in their more natural whole form, that's the best. But what comes to mind are probably about 5 or 6 foods that are really kind of standouts. One would be dark berries like blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. They're loaded with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory foods that components that even help prevent Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, asthma.
Oh, we're
arthritis.
So lucky in Oregon. We've got some of the greatest berries.
Some of the best, yeah. So berries are wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, another one would be green leafy veggies. People think it's spinach, but there's a lot more. Kale is great.
I think kale.
Kale is great, yeah.
Kale.
Swiss chard, but even really dark romaine lettuce. Iceberg lettuce doesn't cut it. The paler, it doesn't have as much.
Is arugula good?
Yeah, that's good too.
Okay.
Anything that's a really dark green color because it's packed with vitamin A.
Okay.
And anti-inflammatory properties that help to prevent macular degeneration, keep people strong. But also it's found that some of those really dark green leafy veggies also help prevent diabetes. So we're just starting to find out the extent of how wonderful they are. Also, they have packed with a lot of calcium, so people are surprised to find out that. Vitamins and minerals. Another good one to have are all kinds of beans and legumes, starting from garbanzo beans, kidney beans, lentils, split peas, the whole family of beans and legumes. They're great plant proteins that don't have the cholesterol and saturated fats, but really wonderful additions of protein and also fiber for the diet.
So could that be, I mean, is that recommended like an everyday thing, or are you thinking a few times a week, or?
You know, every day could be at least like 3 or 4 or 5 times a week or so.
Okay.
Really good health. The plant proteins fit in really well with that Mediterranean style of eating where people stay so healthy. But you know, sometimes people say, well, where do you eat beans and legumes? But they're great in soups, especially winter time when you want to have a minestrone soup or bean soup, lentil soup. Just putting some garbanzo beans on your salad at dinner time, making bean burritos. So there's some good ways to fit them in.
Wheat or corn or flour tortilla for a burrito? Is there a difference?
Probably corn or whole wheat tortillas.
Okay, so whole wheat would be better.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, the more whole grain, the better.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So we have legumes, beans, which is one, green leafy vegetables, berries.
Fish.
Fish
is great.
Okay.
Yeah, for the omega-3 fatty acids, salmon is tops in omega-3 fatty acids, but you also find it in canned sockeye salmon. Some people are into herring and sardines. Very strong flavors, but those are good sources. Also rainbow trout. So, but the omega-3 fatty acids are wonderful for general good health, for cognitive development for children, okay, for preventing heart disease, even being used, in some cases to prevent depression in large amounts. And very important for heart health and lowering triglycerides if people have high triglycerides or low good cholesterol. So they're really great. There's also plant sources of omega-3s, but they aren't absorbed as easily. So some people turn like to flaxseed oil, but that's not absorbed as well.
Okay.
So, the fish.
Which means you wouldn't be gaining the properties as much.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And the last good food I could really recommend would be yogurt for all the probiotics. Okay, the probiotics really help you have a healthy GI tract and to keep it regular, but especially, come winter time when people get more sick and they take antibiotics, it's really essential if you're taking antibiotics to take probiotics too, so that you maintain a normal gut.
Now, I've heard with yogurt, there's a lot of sugars in some of the yogurt. So I had heard Chobani was a good brand that did not have a lot of the added sugars. Do you have any preference on yogurt?
I'm going to stay away from actually naming brands, but I'll give you some guidelines, okay?
That's good.
Plain yogurt or plain Greek yogurt, if you choose a flavored yogurt, choose one that's between 100 or 120 calories or less per 6 to 8 ounce carton. That means it's usually probably a light yogurt with artificial sweetener, or in some cases, there's one brand that uses fruit juice concentrate, that's 110 calories. But any more than that, it's usually packed with a lot of sugars.
Okay,
so it's better.
So yogurt, Greek yogurts, low in sugar, no more than 120 grams per 8 ounce serving.
120 calories.
120 calories, sorry, yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
But some people find the plain yogurt's pretty tart, but if you put some good blueberries on them or blackberries, they're pretty good. Then you get a double dose. You got the berries and the yogurt going.
Yeah, well, that would be a healthy, maybe a healthy dessert.
Yeah, but especially for people who don't care for milk or have lactose intolerance, they can do yogurt and they get a good source of calcium with that too. And also usually with some yogurt you'll get some vitamin D and lots of good source of protein.
So those would be good recommended items. Thinking ahead, everybody might get on the bandwagon for the new year and try to lose weight and make outrageous promises. But I think what you're saying is some basic, sensible ingredients, like you've just suggested, and being aware of what your options are within those.
Yeah.
Well, particularly with the yogurt. And is there anything else that you'd recommend?
Eat a variety of good healthy foods, but especially if people are interested in maintaining weight or losing weight, activity is just as important a factor, and it gets harder in Oregon as the days get colder and longer. Yeah. So if you can plan to have some kind of indoor exercise activity helps folks too, as well as just getting your rain jacket on and going outside. But keeping active is important. And also when it comes to food, watching your portion sizes. Portions are gotten pretty big over the last couple of years, just as even plate sizes have gotten bigger, so people eat more. People eat out more and sizes are always larger. So just even if it's a food that people say, I don't know if this is that good for me, if they eat less of it, it helps. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even save 3 or 4 bites and have them take the plate away.
Yeah.
I do all kinds of tricks. I mean, that's one that I found worked really well, is people's tendencies to finish. Just leave 4 or 5 bites and call over the waiter and have them take the plate away.
Yeah, a good trick when people are eating out is to ask for a take-home box to be delivered when the meal comes. And then right off the bat, put half your meal in the take-home box and get off the plate. And that helps a lot. And then just try to eat more at home instead of eating out. Yeah.
Wow. So thank you to the Portland Clinic and to Susan Landgren for giving us her insight around nutrition. And if you have any desire, go to the Portland Clinic's website. I'm sure there's plenty of great information on there as well. They're always posting interesting tips. And thank you for your time.
Thanks very much. That was it. Okay.